Hey guys, Anthony here, Aquascaping on the Fly, Living Art Creations, and I've got a sweet little trio here, or as I like to say, who doesn't love a trilogy? We have what I'm calling my little terrarium night lights. Now, right now, they're all on dim. This is their lowest setting. So I want you guys to see what you can do with a crafting idea where you can take a vessel that's been thrifted and put a very inexpensive light in it. The lights for these are LED full spectrum plant lights installed in the lids of these terrariums. So what I love about this is that these are mobile anywhere you want to put them. I think these make great accent pieces along with some of your other maybe home interior items that you have stashed around your house and you set up displays for things. This is a great way to add lighting to a dark space. I think this is also an incredible idea as a nightlight for a bedroom, especially if you have kids. And if you want to encourage their love of nature, you guys could build one of these together and put some springtails and some isopods in there so that they have something they can watch and learn from and grow with. So those are my go-to ideas where I think this is an amazing idea. Now, my containers usually come from thrifting, and my go-to is just a variety of stores that I go to. I did not pay more than $10 for any of these vessels. So that was one thing that was really important to me, is to keep this as low cost, budget friendly as possible. And then the lighting, this was a 2-for special on Amazon, and I'll try to remember to put the link in this video, but the lighting wasn't expensive either. I think maybe you're gonna have between $20 and $25 into this if you're like me and you just put plant cuttings on the inside of it. Now, you could totally do this with Mother Nature. So what I've got here to your left is the one I did title Nightlight. And that has a bark structure that's decaying wood that I found in nature. I did put moss on it several months ago and it kept it growing in a growing tub. So the moss that's on it is going to continue to eat away at the wood. And then I grow my own plants in tubs for the terrariums that I do. And so they cost me just a little bit. And then I do my own recipe for soil. So for me, the cost is very, very low. And you could do the same thing. Or like if you take a look at the middle build, that one is called Godzilla. And Godzilla has a whole patch of stuff that was just picked up while I was on different trips. So it's things from nature that grow in the sidewalks, and just a couple of little plant cuttings off of some terrarium plants just to add some color in it. And then the same thing goes for the one on your right, which is the pumpkin bowl. That one has moss, rocks, plants from nature that I've collected. And I think it's got 3 or 4 of my terrarium clippings from. So when I'm doing a clipping, I'm actually taking one of the smallest potted plants that they sell either at Home Depot, Lowe's, or Walmart. And this year they're going for $6 or $5.98 for the smallest container. I put that in a container that is grown in a humid environment, and then I just take cuttings off of it. So if you start with that $6 and you're just taking a cutting for every little plant, then it's not much at all. And then my moss, I just collect that. I try to grow some of that out in front of my little condo so that I'll have something to choose from whenever I'm building something. But you guys could completely do something like this very, very inexpensively. And you could also use containers that aren't necessarily glass. They do make some really cool plastic drink containers that have lids that are like this that you could use for the same thing. Now, I want to zoom in so you can see what we've got going on. And then I'm also going to show you the highest level of lighting so you can see how bright this actually is. So first, let me do the lighting and then I'll zoom in for you. Okay, wow, see the difference? The lighting now is on its highest setting. It does, because it's full spectrum, puts off I don't know if you can't tell it on camera, depending on the glass you've chosen, like Godzilla has a greenish tint to it, so it's putting off almost like a rainbow color, reflecting onto the glass on both sides of it. But all three vessels do a beautiful job of showcasing their colors. Now, I'm trying to do this freehand, so forgive me if I get a little bumpy here. So here we're scooping in on the nightlight. And you can see there's the cord. I've not done anything to alter this container. So if it completely dies, you're fine. And you can pull the light back out, because all I do is stick it in there with double-sided tape. Now, the one thing you can't really see is that wood structure goes all the way to the top. So it's actually growing up into where the light actually is. And I had to force it to get it in there because it did not want to go. So here now you can see more of the detail, and there's more on this side over here. So these are all where you could just turn them any direction you want to go. Backside. Now let's focus on the pumpkin. We back out. Okay. So pumpkin had a really pretty little brass water spout, and I left it in. I didn't want to take it out because I thought, oh, that's a cool little detail. Now, in this one, I used one of my favorite rocks that I picked up on one of my nature walks. It has a nice curve to the front of it. It makes a beautiful little foreground to the moss I've picked out. And then it's just that whole top side on the back side of it. That's all stuff that was just collected in nature. Let's see. And this one just has a simple elevated backside, but with just tiny little plants in there, just to see what's going to grow well. There's a lot of native plants in that one, and by that I mean native Texas ferns and ground cover and articles like that. Let's zoom out again, and let's pull these to the side a little bit. Now, I had built this, and it wasn't until I was finished, and I was actually in the video I made about this, that I kind of screamed out loud because I said, oh my God, it's Godzilla. That was not this name until it appeared that way. And I think it's more, yeah, it's from this side. Okay, so hang on. Now, can you see it? I see it. Oh my gosh, I see it. It's like incredible that when I saw it, I literally on the video, I just screamed out, oh my God, it's Godzilla. And I'm a huge, huge, huge Godzilla fan. So I was so excited, which kind of makes sense for my channel because I did a King Kong terrarium, and now I've done a Godzilla terrarium. I have a Harry Potter and the Elder Wand terrarium, so I'm all about themes. Give me a good theme and I can run with it. I went a little heavy on the drainage layer on this one. I do not know why. I remember at the time I wanted the wood structure as high up as possible. I wanted it to go to the top, and what I loved about the wood structure is it's curved. So it starts at the base on the left and then curves up to the right. And I think that is just gorgeous. And with the way it's all planted, this is also another piece that I found in nature. And I placed all that moss. I placed like a strip of natural moss that grew in the same area on it and put it in a tub. And then it's been growing out for more than 2 months. And I don't do anything to it. It's in a humid environment, and the moss is going to grow on there automatically because the wood is decaying. And that's what it's feeding off of. So Technically, Godzilla is being eaten from the skin level. Okay, for those of you who are into gore, like a lot of my family, they love horror movies. So yeah, but you can see it. Okay, so I'm just so impressed by Godzilla because its silhouette is just amazing. If I could have put little hands on there, I would have, but I didn't want to mess it up. All right, so now you can see the plants. These are more of my native ferns that I have here in Texas. A little bit. Now, what I was going for on this one is, you see, it has this nice little cave effect on the side here. So I put an arrowhead plant in there that doesn't do well in any of my other builds. And I'm hoping it'll do well there because it doesn't like the sunlight. And then this little vine in front here, that was from the riverfront. It'll come to me. Where is the Galt Hotel? You guys Google Galt Hotel, G-A-L-T. That was the city it was in. I remember the hotel. Memphis? Memphis kind of sounds right. Okay, so here on the back side, we have this nice angle effect. So everything is angling up. And I tried to use the different colors there to emphasize the fact that it is angling up. Yeah, I think it's Memphis. I could be wrong, but I think. Now, I can't clean the backside of this, but that's where the arrowhead plant is. Then there is the top side. Now, if you guys want to see on the inside, try to get the light in there so you can see it. Okay, just the last look at Godzilla. For the nightlight. And that's that fern right there, that's just a native little fern. Native moss. I put a lot of moss in that. We'll see what survives. And now let's do pumpkin. Pumpkin has a different moss. It kind of grows in clumps. It's one of my favorites, but it doesn't like sometimes the moisture that comes with the terrarium. Just love that rock. Okay, well, let's give you one last parting shot. Okay, so there you have it. There's our nightlife trio. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope this will inspire you to build your version. And please, please let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys are doing with the inspiration we put here on the channel and what you've done that maybe could inspire me further. And I love the community that we are making on the channel. It's amazing. Your feedback has been overwhelmingly positive, and I'm so appreciative of that. And those of you that like and subscribe and comment, that is amazing. That helps to push the algorithm, to push our videos out there to a wider audience. And you know, I've got such a baby channel, it's only 4 months old, that yeah, we need all the help we can get as far as getting the videos to the right audience. But I hope you like the little night lives. You guys take care and have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. See you on the next build.